just wanted to talk to you about the buyer intake process because you came in for a strategy session with your fiance and we sat down and talked about the process of buying.
Yes.
And I just wanted to ask you, first of all, was that valuable and helpful for you?
It was very valuable, very, very helpful. It helped open my eyes and kind of set me back into reality again. Just kind of made my mind a little bit more clear about if we wanted to move forward or not. It definitely made us want to take a step back, just give us time to really think about what we're jumping into. With the prices being extremely high for homes, the down payment, our emergency fund, just kind of putting all of that together was kind of nerve-wracking, honestly. But it was that session that you and I had with him was very valuable. We appreciated that so much because it really opened our eyes up to see the bigger picture.
What were a couple things that you think resulted from that?
We kind of more thought about our monthly budget. Since we were already pre-qualified, we kind of saw the number part, but then we thought, okay, we can do this. But after seeing that, we thought about all the smaller things that come along with purchasing a home, especially after you said, closing costs and things like that kind of made us think a little bit more about it. We didn't want to purchase a home and then have nothing left in the case.
Exactly. You're still young. You want to be able to have some money to do things and have a little bit of fun,
yeah,
right?
For sure.
Yes, and I know you had said to me that you thought I might be disappointed or that my time had been wasted. And it's never wasted because I'm just so proud of you guys for taking a look at everything, and I've seen so many changes in just such a short time. I know that you have a new job, you got a promotion.
I did.
And you're still in college.
I am.
So there's
working on it.
Yeah, plenty of time to buy a home, right?
Yeah, we have plenty of time, but it'd be nice if we could do it now.
Right. So I know building up that emergency fund, getting a promotion in the field that you're looking to go into, right? And I know your fiance is making some changes as well to get in a better position.
Oh, yeah.
I'm proud of you because, and you must feel very proud of yourself because I think sometimes it's really hard to take a step back when you're looking forward to moving forward so much.
Yeah,
right?
It's very hard to take it's kind of like your pride is being stabbed. You kind of just have to really realize, is this a good move for me or is it not? Will this be better for my future or can I wait, a couple more years?
And I think you realize it's a good move, just not right now.
Yeah, definitely not.
Right, going to get a couple other things in place. Now, I know that you went through the formal pre-qualification with one of the lenders that we work with at Benefitalk. So tell us about that. How was that experience about going through that process?
Honestly, it was nerve-wracking, but it was very easy. We spoke on the phone. He was always available there whenever we had questions, even through text message. He was able to answer some questions, not all, through text, but I was able to call him. I think I remember calling him one night at 8 o'clock when me and David had some questions, based, just on money and, HOAs. HOAs was really hard to kind of see that when we were looking at homes, or condos, I'm sorry. And so it was very
a condo is a home. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I was thinking like a home, but yeah, it was, that part was very easy. We sent in everything that we needed through email. And he was always very responsive to us, and so were you, to help us out whenever we had questions. So that was awesome.
Oh, I'm so glad you feel that way. We really want to be about education, making sure that you understand what you're doing.
Yeah.
What was nerve-wracking, you think, about the process of getting pre-qualified?
I think the most nerve-wracking thing was seeing what we were pre-qualified for. Once you see that number or hear that number, you're like, wow, this is this is happening. So it kind of sets you, I can't even explain the feeling. It's a really good feeling to know, that we were pre-qualified for something, and we felt very, very, very proud. But then we had to kind of just like set back into reality and say, are we going to do this? Our monthly mortgage is going to be this with this HOA. Our down payment's going to be this. So that part was kind of nerve-wracking, especially since we didn't really think, we could afford it, but then we had to think of all the fun, trips that we like to do on the weekends, or, wanting to buy, car stuff for him, or for me to go shopping. If I would have to cut that back a lot. So
Right.
that part, was kind of hard and nerve-wracking. So.
And I know going into accounting, you did several spreadsheets
Oh, yeah, I
every
did.
which way, looking at the numbers.
Yes, I did.
Right?
I did. Lots of spreadsheets. I had like my own little office going in my bed every night. I would just add up numbers. We would put our bills together, our incomes together, and that part was honestly pretty fun for me. But then it kind of made me realize, we'd have X amount of money left over at the end of the month after saving, and we didn't know if it was worth it or not, because it would be a very a big change in our lifestyle, I would say. So.
Right. What do you think are 3 things that a first-time home buyer really wants to keep in mind with looking at the process?
You're gonna want to look at the location, number one, where you want to live. What we were pre-qualified for, unfortunately, there wasn't that much in our work area. We want to stay close to work, and we're here in the Tri-Valley, so that was really hard. Location is definitely number one. Number 2 would probably be the budget. What you can afford. That's something you really should think about. So you don't want to make a huge change in your lifestyle and be unhappy even though you have a home. I think the third one, I don't really know if I have a third one.
Well, I think 2 are pretty good to get started with.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I do think that location is number 1. That was pretty rough when we went to go see, what we were pre-qualified for, and a different location, and that just made us kind of change our mind for the moment.
So has it been a good experience overall for you to go through the process?
A very good experience. We both learned so much. We learned an incredible amount of stuff. I think it's something that everybody should experience. Even if you don't go into purchasing a home right away, you should at least know the steps that you need to take and the things that you need to think about.
Is it different than what you thought it would be?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, really?
Yeah.
What did you think it would be before you started the process?
I thought, you get pre-qualified for something. I didn't necessarily look at prices of homes, but before I was pre-qualified, I thought, oh yeah, I can probably be pre-qualified for like $1 million, something like that. I could probably pay that in like 60 years, but no, that's not what it's like at all. So I think that
I love your positive outlook, though. It's awesome. Don't ever lose that.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
I think that that's something you really have to think about. Like I keep saying, like if you have to change your lifestyle dramatically, I would definitely take more steps to think about it a lot more, because you don't want to jump into something that big. You're on a 30-year loan, so.
I'm so impressed with how forward-thinking you are, especially at your age. No, really, it's really amazing for anybody to have that much forethought, but I know that you're really cautious. So if you don't mind me asking, how much do you feel that you need for like an emergency fund? What's comfortable for you?
I think for an emergency fund, I would like to have at least like 6 months.
Good.
You never know, you can lose your job, or you have a family emergency, you can't work, you have to be at the hospital or wherever, whatever your case may be. If you can't work, where's your income going to come from? It's not going to just magically appear in your bank account. So I think a big thing is probably have like 3 to 6 months of, you know, your mortgage or your rent, car payment, phone bill, you know, just necessities. So
Exactly. So you cut out some of the fun stuff,
yeah.
right? And I think that that's a really good measure. Most financial people will say somewhere between 6 and 12 months set aside. And, you know, maybe putting them into some type of investment, but not something that's really risky.
Yeah, for sure.
And making sure that's available to help. Now, what about the down payment? Were you surprised about the down payment?
I was very surprised. I didn't know that you can have as little as, what is it, 3%?
That's amazing, right? Because
yeah.
most people automatically assume it's 20% down.
That was one thing that I learned. I thought the lowest percentage you can go was at least 10% down. But to know that you can purchase a home with just 3% down, that was pretty amazing.
Because let's face it, 20% down in the San Francisco Bay Area is like purchasing a home outright in
Yeah.
other parts of the country.
Yeah, that made us think, should we move out of state?
Have you guys thought about moving out of state?
We thought about it for like a split second, but we both grew up here, so we don't want to leave.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so I don't think that would be an option for us.
Right.
We're happy here.
Now, what about the tax savings? Because I know that you guys looked into the savings of being able to write the mortgage off, the interest, right? Or did you? Did you get that far?
Not really, no.
No. So we'll have to talk about that further. So you get to write the interest off on the mortgage.
Oh, wow.
So it's a big tax savings at the end of the year. So that allows you some flexibility as well.
Yeah.
So maybe that'd be the next thing that we get into,
That
right?
we think about, yeah, for sure.
Well, we appreciate you so much, Selena. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you.